come from a family of people who had proper jobs. People who worked in fields such as mathematics, medicine, nuclear physics. I didn't fit in. No one in my family could understand why I always insisted on dyeing the mashed potatoes blue. Or why, whenever I took the family snapshots, I always had to turn the camera at a jaunty angle. My family wanted me to be a nurse, or to learn how to type. They were concerned about me, and rightly so. They said they wanted me to have something to fall back on, but I didn't want to fall back. I wanted to fall forward. I wanted to stumble into life and embrace it in all of its messiness and bloody my knees and have every experience that I could. I wondered how many people found themselves in middle age, completely miserable, because their futures had been decided by a teenager who hadn't started to ask the big questions from life yet. So I came home to Phoenix and I signed up for university. I decided I was going to study art history and photography. Now I was ready to chase beauty. I studied art because I wanted to learn how to look and how to see. It took me a long time to graduate from college because once I figured out that the model I'd grown up with was wrong, I grew up thinking that everybody else already knew how to do things, that everybody else could already do things well, and that I couldn't, that everybody else was born with talent. But once I gave myself permission to learn, which means once I gave myself permission to fail, once I gave myself permission to make an absolute fool out of myself, to try again, and try again, and try again until I got it right, I fell in love with learning. But life never really walks a straight path, especially, I think, if we're carrying the fear that we might fail. I mean, think big. Think about what you do. Think about what would be the pinnacle of success for you. You see, when we're creative, we often get blinded by all of the possibilities. I could do this. I could do that. I've got another idea. Isn't this great? We become victims of the proliferation of all of our own ideas. If an opportunity comes along, you can ask yourself, will this take me there? Will this feed my vision? Will this give me the experience I need to get to where I'm going? Will this introduce me to the people I need to know to get there? Is this part of my path? Or do I really want this vision? Do I want to follow something else? Is this new opportunity even better? Is it taking me somewhere I never even thought about before? Should I maybe put this aside for now? Anyone who takes risks, which is the very nature of creativity, is going to face rejection. So you have to learn how to handle it. I think the best way is this, to let it inform you. Take that energy that you would have taken to beat yourself up, to tell yourself how stupid you are, to feel the shame and the embarrassment, and to be productive with it. What are different ways that we can make rejection inform us?
We learn from mistakes into analysing what went wrong, what were the weaknesses, and transform that into a positive.
Exactly. Turning weaknesses into strengths. What was wrong? Is my proposal strong enough? How does it look? Does it look as good as it possibly can? Is this really the right place for my work? Should I be looking somewhere else? Ask yourself all kinds of questions so you can keep tweaking as you go along, as you find your way. Creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes, but art is knowing the ones to keep. So making mistakes is part of your creative process. You're supposed to make them. Everything breathes, as do you. But how much of our time do we spend exhaling? Meeting deadlines, churning out homework, proposals, work, things we've got to do, places we've got to be. It's all coming out of us all the time. When was the last time you inhaled? When's the last time you spiritually inhaled? When's the last time you creatively inhaled? Give yourself permission to take the time to be inspired as a part of your creative practice.